Oh my goodness. I think we're on the air. We are on the air. Oh, welcome to Friday.
Hello, hello.
Oh, there we go. Slightly one less thing. Well, hi. Hi, Bella. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I feel like I haven't seen you in a week because I've been working on all these new features.
Yeah, we've been holed up.
Yeah. With all this sunshine out there too. It has been a real shame. I hope that everybody out there in TV land is enjoying themselves this week as much as we have with this wonderful weather. But, all play is not, enough. You have to get some work done, and that working means voting for us right now.
Yep.
I'm still hearing like a light little noise in the background. But you know what? I'm going to ignore that right now. Did we have good questions this week? Do we have good answers?
We did. We have a lot of new people.
Uh,
A lot of good answers.
that is excellent. Well, you know what? Enough to talk about it. We just got to dive in. We just have to experience this. So here starts prompt number 82.
If you could go on a road trip with any person, living or dead, who would it be?
So that is an excellent question, and one that I think that we should all give a little thought to. I mean, and if you're not planning on going on a big road trip, certainly you should be.
Yeah.
Maybe not
the
this
company
year.
can really make or break it too.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? I mean, what is a road trip really about? Is it really about the world's biggest ball string? I don't think so.
No.
No, it's about whoever is sitting in the passenger seat right next to you, or vice versa. Have you ever driven across this big country of ours?
No, but I want to. Me and my dad always wanted to.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it. That's what I did when I graduated. Adventures await.
Yeah.
But you're right, 100%. It's about the people. And so this is the question where we find out who is the right person from all of history to go on a road trip with you.
Yeah. Who would you pick?
If I could go on a road trip with any person, living or dead, who would it be? Probably Muhammad Ali. And let me go ahead and tell you why. I remember being on YouTube the other day and seeing a video in which a couple met Ali in the Great Wall of China. And I started thinking, how would it be to travel around the world with Ali? I mean, this is just a road trip, but traveling with someone like Muhammad Ali, no one will pick a fight.
He wasn't one of those people that would have occurred to me, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
If I'm going on a road trip with someone, I would most definitely go with a person who is worth it, a person who is fun and full of excitements in life, and a person who's ready to go or just go with the flow with everything. So I'm choosing my girlfriend to go with me to a road trip anywhere in the world.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he's getting relationship points for that.
If I am to go on a road trip with anyone, that person is definitely going to be my dad. You know why? Because he will be running commentary and telling you stories about every landmark, every spot, every bus stop, everything. The man knows quite a lot of places, and it's always fun traveling with him.
It's funny because my kids don't like it when I, read all the plaques to them. Veronica, I wish you were one of my kids.
Don't get the appreciation.
Yes.
All the stories, all the knowledge.
See? I'd be fun.
If I were to go on a road trip with someone, living or dead, I believe I'll choose someone like Bear Grylls. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's like a outdoor survivalist type of person. And, well, I wouldn't say that I don't know much about outdoors, but I've seen plenty videos, but seeing and doing it in real life is two way different things. So I'll probably choose someone with experience, such as Bear Grylls.
It is a great choice. His name comes up a lot in this show.
Yeah. Because any emergency will be okay.
Yeah.
If I had to go on a road trip with any person living or dead, I'm going to go with LeBron James. LeBron James.
All right.
LeBron James.
He's in the news today.
That would be an interesting one.
For this one, I'd probably pick Kevin Hart, I would say. Road trips get super boring, so we're going to need some good vibes and some good times. and he's always got something funny or something stupid to say. So I'd take him.
I agree. I agree. So now it is time for us to start the big vote. When you see these buttons show up on the screen, you got to click on one of them. Is it going to be Enrique and Muhammad Ali, Emmanuel and his girlfriend Veronica and her dad, Mishak and Bear Grylls, Brendan, LeBron James, or Patrick with Kevin Hart, an amusing companion? But if you vote for one of these guys, they're going to win a prize, $25.
Yeah. Big bucks. Who deserves it?
Brendan, LeBron James.
That Vine reference.
Congratulations. Got a $25 prize winner. And Brendan's also going to show up in the finals.
Yeah. He could win 100 on top of that.
Which
might be a big day.
That's, well, especially, I mean, gas is a little expensive these days. It'd be nice to have that extra $100 for your road trip, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go towards the trip fund. Go towards all that gas.
Yeah. Oops. Here we go. Number 2. If you could choose one age to be forever, what age would it be and why? Would you be 1 or 2 or 21 or 18 or 99 or 55?
This one's hard. I feel like I'd want to stick in my 20s. Somewhere in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your problem is that you haven't seen your 30s, 40s.
That's true.
Or thereabouts. Yeah, no, but there's something to be said for the 20s, but 30s, 30s is when, you really you don't even achieve brain maturity in your 20s.
That's
right?
true.
And
30s is a sweet spot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. 40s were pretty good too. But let's not forget your preteen years, pretty good.
Oh, yeah. But I think I'd want to be a whole adult if I had to do it forever.
Right, because otherwise you can't even drive. You're stuck with having LeBron James.
If I could choose an age that lasts, I guess, forever, then I would choose my age now, in my early 20s, because I can say, and I am confident to say, that I am living my best life right now. I am happy with my current situation. I am alive. I am healthy and all. So definitely, I'm choosing what I have right now.
I got to respect anybody who says that the age they want to be is the age they are right now. That means that they're, fully with it.
The age would be 22. I was fresh out of college, had my first job, my first house, and my first car, a decent income that was enough to accommodate all my expenses. And I was taking a lot of travels and tours of places I've always dreamt of going. That's the best age of my life, 22.
Yeah. It's all the good stuff before the bad stuff sticks in. You know what the bad stuff is.
If I were to choose a age to be forever, I would probably choose, like in your mid-20s, like 25, probably 26, because, it's right in the middle of, like old and young, in the sweet spot right here. So, like, you would have time to, fully grow out your beard and mustache, and you wouldn't look that old, but you wouldn't also look that young. So I believe that is probably the best age to be forever.
So if he thinks that 25 is the midpoint between old and young, he's not planning on living very long.
Yeah, no, that's true. I didn't think of that. Oh, no.
Be more optimistic, Mishak.
If you could choose the age to be forever, what would it be and why? For this one, I'm going to say I'd like to be 2 again. And I'd like to be able to poo my pants and then have someone else clean it up for me and then feed me and do everything. I can just sit around and watch TV all day and do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, either 2 or 92. It's exactly the same.
Zero responsibility. I'd like that.
I'm going to start with definitely not 29. Everything starts to hurt by this time. I liked it when I was probably, I'd say like 22, 23, when I had enough, like when I was an adult and I could do whatever I wanted, but my body didn't hurt every day when I woke up. Everything was pretty decent right then. I could also go out and get as drunk as I wanted and not have a terrible hangover the next morning. So those were good times.
You think it's bad now, Patrick? Just wait.
No.
Man, if I was 21 forever and never had the age or grow up past 21, I would love that. Why? Because you're an adult. You're young still. You can be fit. You can be active, fit. You can, drink with friends. And yeah, I think 21 probably.
All right.
Pretty general consensus.
Make sure that you can at least go get a beer. That's the
People
important
don't
thing.
want the hangovers.
Oh
the
boy,
one-
everybody get ready to vote, right? Are we going to vote for Emmanuel was early 20s, Veronica 22, Mishak 25, Brendan 2, Patrick 22, J. Ross 21. A lot of early 20s. It's physically good times. I do have to admit.
Yeah.
22? 22 is a good age.
Veronica.
Veronica, congratulations.
$5.
25 smackaroos, and Veronica's going to make it to the finals and the opportunity to win $100 in just a few minutes.
First job, first car. Sounds like a good time.
I'm telling you, man, 30.
Yeah.
All these things, like at 30, I felt like complete. Like I knew what I really wanted. I still felt okay. I had met my wife. We were having a good time. And at the same time, it was like professionally, you're sort of like there and hitting on all cylinders. So it was a lot of satisfaction, but at the same time, it was not painful. And the hangovers, well, it was starting the downhill slide. Maybe you guys are all right.
22, I feel like it really varies per person.
You mean whether you're all grown up at 22 or not?
Yeah, or just like the amount of uncertainty you have at that age,
Oh, I was really immature. I don't know. I don't know about you, but yeah, no. And maybe maybe it's a boys girls thing.
Yeah, true.
Because I was an idiot.
That's funny. Well, you can blame your brain for that. Blame biology.
That's what I'm saying. It's not my fault.
Your brain is
I think you're right.
There you go.
But shall we move on?
It's not your fault.
Noah's Ark. If you were on Noah's Ark and you were like the person at the door working that velvet rope, what are the 3 animals you would not allow on the Ark because you just don't think that we need them so much? I don't like the picture of the kitty cat there.
No?
I would. Where would we be without kitty cats?
Who knows? There are some cat haters out there. There are some big cat haters out there.
Maybe they don't understand cats, but there's so many other things out there, that are perhaps less useful. I mean, thank goodness they didn't let the dinosaurs on the Ark, because it's like people plus dinosaurs not so good.
That would be horrible. I'd be scared.
No. But I mean, I'm gonna not include the insects, but like rats. Do we like rats or mice?
I don't know. Where do rats go in the food chain? What do snakes eat? But then do we need snakes?
I don't think I will ever come up with the idea of kicking an animal off of Noah's Ark, because why? Why would you kick off an animal at Noah's Ark? I love animals, so I don't think I will ever kick an animal or remove an animal from Noah's Ark.
All right, you send all your kitties to Emmanuel's house. He's ready for all the animals you don't like.
I will be kicking out the gorilla, a lion, and the goats.
Why not goats? What's wrong with goats? They eat poison.
I love goat cheese.
Yeah.
3 animals I would kick off Noah's Ark. Well, that's kind of a hard question for me because I actually like animals. But my least favorite animal is a hyena. I see hyenas. Really just like those guys. Snakes, I believe that's an animal. I don't like that at all. I do like that. And probably like crocodiles or alligators. Yeah. I just like those as well.
I wonder what the Australians have to say about that.
Ooh.
Whether they like the crocs. See what Brendan has to say about that.
I could probably do without their spiders.
3 animals I'd kick off Noah's Ark. First one, tarantulas. You ever see those things about the size of your hand crawling around your house? They got to go. Flies, they're just annoying as hell. And cockroaches, without a doubt, they're gone.
Oh, flies, greenheads.
Yeah,
I remember
but they
biting.
all serve their purpose. I mean, I love
I'll
spiders.
start with the two obvious ones. So I'd be kicking off spiders. I'd kick off snakes because, I mean, I don't think anyone's a big fan of them. And then probably somewhat controversial, but I'd be saying bye-bye to the cats. Like I'm not a cat man. I'm more of a dog person. Cats don't really provide me with anything, and I don't really understand why they provide anyone with anything. So I'd be getting rid of cats, spiders, and snakes.
I would have words with Patrick on all of those.
He's gonna get some hate.
He wanted to get rid of everything that gets
Yeah,
rid of
we
really
don't
bad things.
we don't do with bears, we don't do with lions, tigers, anything like that, man. They gotta have to go. They have to bounce. We don't got time for any of them animals like that, man. So yeah, I would kick them. Bye-bye.
He doesn't like anything that would eat a person. That's what he is about.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't really want to stumble onto any of those.
All right, guys, it's time to vote. See who's going to make it to the finals and get $25. Emmanuel says, nothing. I'm not getting rid of anything. Veronica doesn't like gorillas and goats. Mishak, the hyena. Brendan, the tarantula. Patrick don't like spiders and snakes, but that ain't what it takes to love him. And J. Ross doesn't like anything that might eat a person. So vote for one of these guys, and let's find out, who makes it to the finals. Mishak doesn't like that hyena, doesn't like the crocodiles, doesn't like the snakes. All right.
That's fair.
All right. That's worth $25. I am not crazy about the hyenas and the crocs, but
You like the snakes or
so
Snake
snakes eat mice. Spiders, they eat flies, right? Let's give them that, right? And cats eat mice. Like all the things that actually make us sick, we need those annoying little critters to get rid of them.
But snakes are scary. They're very scary.
Yeah, I had a friend who had a snake and was always telling me like how they're totally cool and I should hold the snake. And no, I mean, I appreciate the idea of snakes. But anyway, congratulations, Mishak.
Would you enroll your kids in full-time online school? Is it the future of education? I don't know. A lot of people liked it.
I think that, well, I'm going to save my thoughts till later, but yeah, it wasn't so great having the kids around all the time.
No, I
Good
hate
dad.
I feel like you can't get socialized, But also a lot of people think you can be socialized in other ways.
Exactly. I mean, we'd have to change the way that we do things, right?
Yeah.
Like how are you going to learn how to play baseball or
Sure.
soccer, right? You're going to have to join a league and the schools aren't going to organize that for you.
Mhm.
But
I had a friend who was homeschooled, but it was like you go into school twice a week.
Yeah.
And then do kind of like a lot of homework sort of thing.
I mean, and that's but could you imagine actually like having to like teach your kids for like 12 years?
Oh, horrible.
By the time I have kids in the future, I believe that classes will be going back to their tradition way of going into classrooms. So I don't think that there is a reason why I should enroll my future kids in a full-time online school. So I believe also that online school is not the future of education because online school is difficult. As a student who experienced online school, I can say that learning outside of classroom and in online school is very different and is difficult. So yeah.
All right. Not a fan.
No, I wouldn't be enrolling my kids into full-time online schools in the future. You know why?
What?
They still need that physical human interaction. They still need to physically interact with other kids, their school teacher and their school, every staff in their school, everything. They still need that relationship with other people that is not virtual. I wouldn't be enrolling them into a full-time online school.
Come on, it's education. Learn
might
math.
be teachers too.
Yes, if I ever have any kids, I would definitely enroll them in full-time online school. I think that's the future. You don't got to deal with any other kids bullying or fighting or anything like that. I think online school would be the best. They get their education done. You can feed them their lunch that you want to give them and stuff like that. So yes, definitely, online school is the future.
All right, J. Ross wants to control that thing.
Yeah.
Manage it maybe a little bit better. I hope he's not reflecting some bad experience he had.
Oh.
I know. School's tough.
Yeah.
You should have seen it back in the 40s when I went to school. It was really
Would
tough
I
then.
enroll my kids in full-time online school, and is it the future of education? Unfortunately, I think it may be the future of education. Hopefully not in my lifetime, but I definitely would not be enrolling my kids in online school. I'd be sending them out there into the big wide world. It's the only way you learn. Life experiences.
And why don't we just give them jobs? It's just like, yeah,
What
go
does
work.
this
Go,
work?
yeah, go sneakers. Go make
would I enroll
sneakers.
my kids in full-time online school? Is it the future of education? Well, I don't have kids, so that makes that one easy. But if I did, I think no, I wouldn't. I'd want them to be at school, not so much for the learning part of it, but more for the social side of things, meeting new friends, playing sports, doing all those different types of things. So I think no, I'd send them to normal school.
Yeah. It's pretty
I
general.
do think online education could be a really good backup plan for children in the future, but I would not want to enroll my kids in full-time online school. Just personally, I feel like I would want my kids to be very well behaved, and not that kids that take online school aren't well behaved. I just would want my kids to be able to experience communication, because communication is so different these days, and I want my kids to know how to communicate, how to make friends, how to behave around adults. And I think learning in person is a completely different experience, and it's a fun experience that I wouldn't want them to miss out on. I wouldn't want them to miss out on all the little school parties and gym classes. Not that gym is fun, but especially my kids are not going to be able to focus because I can't focus on anything. So there's no way they're going to be able to sit. I mean, maybe they will, but I don't think they're going to be able to sit in front of a computer and pay attention for 8 hours straight, because I know I would never be able to. So.
You know what? I think Becca knows herself.
It's good. And she'll know her kids because it rubs off. It really does.
Well, not a lot of online school people there. I think that we had one. Jay Ross likes the idea of, he's a parent. He wants to be able to manage his kid's education. But Emmanuel says, no thanks. Veronica wants face-to-face. Brendan wants his kids out in the big wide world. Patrick thinks kids need friends. I don't know why he thinks that. And Becca, well, she knows. Emmanuel says, no, thank you.
No. He did it himself. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty solid base.
So, yeah. Well, look, I got to respect it. And I know it's really hard. I think that the real issue is that we're just terrible at doing online education right now.
Yeah.
But it's something that I think we have to be big at. We have to be good at. You know what? It's just in this country, there's really uneven education. And education, particularly at the higher levels, is so outrageously expensive. The real solution, I think, is online, because on the one hand, it's obviously it's less expensive because we don't have to deal with the facilities, but also, the best teachers could be teaching their subjects to kids all over the country.
That's true.
People do need the face-to-face thing, so there's some sort of combination required, but we could have, teachers focusing on teaching and somebody else focusing on social, like we'll get their scout masters, or
we'd have to do it right.
We'd have to do it right. We're definitely not doing it right now. I think that everybody pretty much agreed on that one.
Yeah.
Well,
we weren't given a lot of time to figure it out.
No, that was an emergency. But we should, but let's not sit around. Let's figure it out now. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Here we are. I think it all begins with having a good show about questions of the day. That's right, how it all begins, maybe. Next question.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. Should doctors be allowed to prescribe psychedelics for mental health? It's big
Interesting.
now. It's really coming into the.
I've seen some studies.
Yeah.
They did a lot of studies with psilocybin, which is
Mhm.
mushrooms for those of you
Yeah.
who are normal. And then you have these like business leaders like Elon Musk, talking about microdosing and smoking pot on the radio, and and you can't say that he's a complete slacker,
True.
right? So there is something to be said for it.
A lot of people says it opens the mind.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I guess that's why we throw these questions out there, to try to get kind of some crowd-sourced wisdom, just see what everybody else. Maybe somebody has some direct experience that they're going to share. I hope.
What does the public think?
Well, I believe that I'm not in the position to say anything about that substance or drug because I am not sure what it is. But if ever that it came to a point where a doctor prescribes it, I think that it should need a further evaluation and assessment to ensure that prescription to that patient is good and that it will be beneficial.
There has been some like wild prescriptions being written for things like Adderall recently that have been in the news. So
Yes.
you can imagine.
Some doses of it have been meant to reduce depressive symptoms. So I believe it should be prescribed by doctors to patients, but the needs of the patients should be put into consideration before the prescription.
So I'm taking that as being a yeah if the doctor says so.
Yeah, they trust the
Should
doctors.
doctors be allowed to prescribe psychedelics for mental health? I believe they should be. Yeah, they should be allowed to prescribe it. However, I wouldn't agree with using psychedelics to cure mental health because I believe mental health should be something that someone should get over with a sober mind, not off of being high of drugs.
Sounds like my grandfather. Get over it.
Yeah,
Stop
a lot
being
of people are
depressed.
for medicine.
Come on, just be good.
Sometimes it's chemical. Sometimes you need something.
That's what I think. I mean,
I think the
not much to
doctors know what they're doing. Doctors should prescribe whatever medicine is needed, to help prevent mental health. It's a big issue going on in everybody's everyday life. So if they're going to provide the right medication, then go ahead and do what you all got to do to help mental health, because it's very big.
trust the doctors.
Yeah. You trust the researchers.
Should doctors be allowed to prescribe psychedelics for mental health? First of all, what are psychedelics?
Says the guy with the Grateful Dead
I'm going to
shirt
just go straight on. No, that sounds too out there. It's probably one of those alternate things. I'm a traditional medicine fan myself, so I'm going to say no.
Traditional medicine only.
Yeah, I'm surprised in that tie-dye shirt he doesn't know.
Yeah, Mr. Ayahuasca.
Should doctors be allowed to prescribe psychedelics for mental health? I assume that's like mushrooms and things. I don't know. I would say no on that one. There's plenty of other, I guess, programs out there for people that have mental health issues, and there's different ways to go about it at the moment. That I know everyone has a different way of, I guess, moving through those things, but I would say at the moment, no, we should stick with the traditional methods.
Okay. All right. Traditional country there.
Yeah.
Well, that was a super interesting one. Emmanuel says, if a doctor says so, but you got to review. Veronica says, yeah, trust the doctors. Mishak says, nope. J. Ross says, you got to trust the MDs. They know what they're doing. Brendan, Patrick, both think it's way too out there. So which of these answers did you like? Give us a big vote using that blue button. And let's send somebody to the finals with a little bit of cash.
Yeah.
That was an interesting question.
Veronica, another one.
Veronica says if the doctor says so.
She trusts the doctors.
Yeah, well,
I feel like there's a lot of fear instilled with new medications. And a lot of it's valid because there is a history.
You only get one body.
Yeah.
You only get, and there's absolutely history about it. But I find the idea intriguing. Though I would rather have somebody else try it out first.
Someone else can be the guinea pig.
And there is the potential for abuse is pretty.
That's
Well, I
true.
mean, it's just obvious, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, intriguing. And like I say, if people says it helps, I mean, so I read this very interesting article today that was talking about alcohol abuse, and they're saying that once you get over a certain age, that alcohol turns out to be a real positive for you health-wise. One of the reasons is that it relaxes you. And so, here you have this mental state that's being created by a chemical that just adds to your general well-being. I mean,
That's crazy.
Stress is what kills you. But anyway, I digress. It's not exactly the argument for psychedelics. Well, Veronica, Emmanuel, Brendan, Veronica, Mishak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This must be question number 6.
Yeah. Here we go.
What do you got?
If you could be told when you're going to die, would you want to know? This is a really hard one, I think, personally.
What is that movie where he keeps saying, "This isn't how I die"? I don't know.
My first thought was Final Destination, which is kind of a little bit that, but not also no.
But just think about, like, if you knew when you were going to die, you could take all the risks that you wanted.
Exactly, but then, like, is the anxiety worse? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I would want to know because I'd quit.
Big Fish, that was the movie I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. He knows how he's going to die because the witch tells him at the beginning.
Oh, that's
makes
fun.
it makes him very bold. But yeah, then you would have a lot of anxiety around, whatever that toaster near the bathtub or whatever it is that you knew.
Exactly.
If you could be told when you're going to die, what do you want to know? Honestly, I will actually want to know. Yes, because I will know how to prepare myself to deal with my death. But that is inevitable, right? It comes to each of us at any point in time. So yeah, I will actually want to know.
Yeah. All right. I thought he was making the case for the magic of
No,
not knowing.
I will never want to be told when I'm gonna die, because then you would worry about, I gotta do this before I die. I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I do this. Oh, I only have this amount of days to live. I don't want to know that. I just want to live every day like it's the last day. You're not always promised tomorrow, so live day by day. Accomplish what you want to accomplish while you're still here. And when you're ready to go, you go.
What if you're not ready to go? If you did all the things, then you would know.
That's true.
Your bucket.
If you could be told when you're going to die, would you want to know? Tough one. I'm gonna say yes, because my biggest regret would be if I died with money in the bank that I could have spent on holidays, doing whatever, and not being able to spend that money on food, going out, you name it, jet skis. So I'm going to say yes. I would like to know when I would be dying.
Like to more rationally be able to
Plan out.
parcel out his resources.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know, to put aside for some future medical event if this is going to be it.
Would I want to know when I'm going to die? That's a tough one. I would say probably yes. So I don't plan on living a super long life anyway. So I'd love to just be able to fit everything in nice and quickly. So if I knew that, I was going in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, I mean, it'd be scary, but I'd just fit everything I possibly could in, and then see what happens from there. See how we go.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Even not knowing, and then hopefully gets a bonus round, but maybe not.
No.
Yes.
100% no. That's a huge fear for me, and I wouldn't want to have to live each day being like, oh no, am I going to fall down a pipe today? Like, I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to live knowing when that was going to happen. That's terrifying. No, I would not want to know. Please, I would not want to have to like mark my calendar. Like, absolutely not.
I feel like I'm getting to know her.
Yeah.
Wow. I already live life like I'm going to die soon. So, no, I wouldn't want to know when, because I think I make myself crazy with anxiety trying to prepare for that moment. So yeah, no. And especially if I knew it was coming and then I saw how it was coming. Oh my God. No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
It's like, don't tell me when the doctor's going to give me the shot. He wants them to sneak up on her. Yeah. Well, look, I get it. Well, listen, guys, let's vote for somebody and send them to the finals. And this will complete our round of 6. It's going to be Mishak, J. Ross, Brendan, Patrick, Becca, or Misha. Let's send somebody. $25.
25 big bucks.
Yeah, a lot of mostly no. Mostly people don't want to know. They want to be surprised.
Misha,
congratulations.
She did not want to know, right?
She did not want to know.
Yeah.
She just wants somebody to sneak up on her and just take her from behind.
Yeah, I feel like with Becca's thing, like, oh, am I gonna fall one day? I feel like there's a difference between when you're gonna know and like how, like the question of like, are you being told when you're gonna die or how you're gonna die? Because I feel like telling you how you're gonna die would be a lot scarier. Because then every day you're like,
yeah,
afraid
but
of, like,
if you knew, then maybe you could try to avoid it, and then you would live forever.
You could cheat death.
Exactly. It'd still sneak up on you. There's no cheating death.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That would be too much responsibility.
To know. Well, I was once told that I was going to die, and I thought I was going to die for like 2 days because I was
really
sick. Yeah, and then they made a mistake. They told me later that they had made a mistake, but like in that moment of knowing that I was going to die, it was an incredible sort of epiphany. Yeah, just you reevaluate everything, and in a sense, it would be really nice to know early because then you could just kind of come to grips with, your mortality and put the things that are most important first, and
be able to say goodbye.
Be able to, exactly. Take the time to say goodbye. Take the time to prepare. Focus on all of the stuff that happens when you're gone. It's creepy though. It's horribly morbid.
That's horrible that they made a mistake. I mean, I guess that was relieving to hear, but like.
But how awesome was it when I found out that it was a mistake? Best day of my life.
Okay, true.
Best day ever.
Nothing could beat that feeling.
It was exactly. It was worth thinking I was going to die.
Wow.
Because finding out that I was going to live was so awesome. Very funny stuff. Well, we have picked 6 winners, and so you know what time it is now.
Let's see the winners round.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We've got the fireworks going now, so now we know it's for real. So there have been 6 people voted into the finals, and so now what we're going to do is quickly review all of our friends, who have made it to the final, so you can remember who is who, and then we're going to vote for the big winner. The big winner gets $100.
$100.
$100. The second best day of your life is about to come for whoever this big winner is. Let's find out who it was.
We'll see.
If I had to go on a road trip with any person living or dead, I'm going to go with LeBron James. LeBron James.
All right, good idea. I liked it.
The age would be 22. I was fresh out of college, had my first job, my first house, and my first car, a decent income that was enough to accommodate all my expenses. And I was taking a lot of travels and tours of places I've always dreamt of going. That's the best age of my life, 22.
So, Veronica, answering the question, what was the age you would like to be forever?
3 animals I would kick off nose awkward. That's kind of a hard question for me because I actually like animals. But my least favorite animal is a hyena. See hyenas? really just like those guys. Snakes, I believe that's an animal. I do like that too. I do like that. And probably like crocodiles or alligators. Yeah, I just like those as well.
If he had to kick someone off Noah's Ark so they wouldn't exist anymore, which animal would it be?
By the time I have kids in the future, I believe that classes will be going back to their tradition way of going into classrooms. So I don't think that there is a reason why I should enroll my future kids in a full-time online school. So I believe also that online school is not the future of education because online school is difficult. As a student who experienced online school, I can say that learning outside of classroom and in online school is very different and is difficult. So yeah.
All right. No to the online school experience.
Yeah.
Yes, some doses of it have been meant to reduce depressive symptoms, so I believe it should be prescribed by doctors to patients, but the needs of the patients should be put into consideration before the prescription.
So Veronica is answering the question, do you think that doctors should be allowed to prescribe psychedelics for mental health?
Wow. I already live life like I'm going to die soon. So no, I wouldn't want to know when, because I think I make myself crazy with anxiety trying to prepare for that moment. So yeah, no. And especially if I knew it was coming and then I saw how it was coming. Oh my God. No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Would you want to know how, if, when you were going to die? Misha says, no, thank you. Yeah. So this is it. The big vote. Everybody click one of those blue buttons. Let's pick our winner of the winner. The winner of the winner, the champion for this week is going to win 100 smackaroos right now based on your vote.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got some good ones. Veronica has 2 stakes in this game right now.
Well,
we'll see.
Good answers all around.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a good crew. Some good answers here, and it's like people from everywhere.
I realized Mishak has all the Disney animal villains. The hyenas from Lion King.
Oh, right. Right. That was those guys were bad and scary. Yeah. Brendan.
With LeBron James. Fan favorite.
Who do you want to go on a road trip with? That's got to be LeBron James and Brendan.
And LeBron James. We need a little docu-series on that road trip.
That would be really great.
See how it goes down.
I am ready to go on a road trip with just about anybody. Absolutely. I would just go.
Oh, that'd be so great.
So this was a great show and it was a great week. Bella, thanks for your part in it.
Oh yeah, thank you too.
So what happens now? What about next week?
Now next week we have we have 2 more new questions, but then we're filling in with some fan favorites, some historical fan favorites. So we've got some old people coming back, and yeah, exciting stuff.
All right, so it's going to be in about 3 hours, I guess, is when the new questions are going to be posted. So for the next 3 hours, you guys can fill in and record for what we currently have. And then the new things will get posted. So come to the site and answer questions. You can be enrolled. You can see yourself on the air and maybe have a big chance to win. We're just starting our new live stream direct to YouTube. And so you can see us there if you haven't been checking that out. That's on our Question of the Day QOTD site. And we'll probably start streaming to Twitch early next week. So if you guys are big Twitch fans, that's the place where you can see us as well as on beyondtheair.com, if that is your pleasure.
Yeah.
So for everyone here at Consolidated Wonder and beyondtheair.com, thank you so much for watching us, and we'll look forward to seeing you all online soon. Ciao.
Bye.